Harry Wet Pants says 1 million copies remain of Spare in UK, have to discount 80% but no one seemed to want it. From bestseller to discount store. Prince Harry's Spare is fastest-selling non-fiction book since UK records began. First week of the controversial memoir's sales breaks official UK records, reports Nielsen, Guinness World Records, and Waterstones. Prince Harry's Spare has sold almost 500,000 copies in the UK in its first week on sale, making it the fastest-selling non-fiction book since records began. However, achieving success so early is not necessarily a great thing for Harry when it is estimated that the UK has more than 1 million copies of Spare in stock. Many stores have hacked the prices very deep down to 80%, but it seems that the readers have lost their curiosity and interest in this memoir, especially when the truth is revealed that has refuted Harry that it is he and Meghan who are the only ones who started the war against the royal family and made the enmity between the two sides become more and more serious. According to Nielsen, Spare sold a total of 467,183 print copies through UK retailers in its first week of release, making it #1 on the book charts. This does not include e-book sales or audiobook copies. Penguin Random House, PRH, UK said the book had sold 750,000 copies in the UK across all formats, hardbacks, e-books and audiobooks, in its first week. Of these, 400,000 copies were on its first day on sale in the UK. Larry Finley, managing director of Transworld, the PRH division which published the book in the UK, said Guinness World Records had confirmed that Spare was the fastest-selling non-fiction book ever on its first day of publication. Finley said, as well as being the fastest-selling, we now know that it is also the biggest-selling memoir ever in its first week of publication. In second place in this week's UK chart is Bored of Lunch, the Healthy Slow Cooker book by Nathan Anthony, which sold 31,928 copies. Spare is the fastest-selling non-fiction book in the UK since Nielsen Book Data's official printed book sales records began in 1998. The previous record was held by The First Pinch of Nom cookbook by Kay Allinson, which sold 210,506 copies in its first 3 days of release in 2019. Waterstones said the pre-orders for Spare, which are counted in the first official week of sales, were the largest on record for a non-fiction title for the retailer, with non-fiction category manager John Cotterill saying they were delighted with the first week's performance. Waterstones' sales of Spare have been exceptional, Cotterill said. 7 days after publication, Spare is one of Waterstones' fastest-selling books in a decade. The book also remains #1 on the Amazon bestsellers chart, and is the site's best-selling non-fiction title. Spare sold a combined 1,430,000 copies on its first day on sale in the US, Canada and the UK, according to the book's publisher Penguin Random House, overtaking Barack Obama's A Promised Land, which had previously recorded the biggest first-day sales for the publisher. Harry's controversial memoir Spare made headlines ahead of publication. The Guardian was first to report of a passage in the book which described a physical fight between Harry and his brother Prince William. After the book was accidentally put on sale in bookshops in Spain, more revelations followed, including that the royal brothers asked their father not to marry Camilla and that King Charles reportedly called Harry the Spare when he was born. Harry has made a number of media appearances for the book, including an ITV interview in the UK and appearing on Stephen Colbert's late-night talk show in the US. Spare may set records for non-fiction, but no book in memory approaches the pace of the final Harry Potter novel, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which in 2007 sold more than 10 million copies in its first 24 hours. Prince Harry worked on his book with American novelist J.R. Mooringer, a former Los Angeles Times reporter who also helped write Andre Agassi's acclaimed Open and is the author of The Tender Bar, a memoir adapted by George Clooney into a movie starring Ben Affleck. Harry Wet Pants says 1 million copies remain of Spare in UK, have to discount 80% but no one seem to want it. From bestseller to discount store. Prince Harry's Spare is fastest selling non-fiction book since UK records began. First week of the controversial memoir's sales breaks official UK records, reports Nielsen, Guinness World Records, and Waterstones. Prince Harry's Spare has sold almost 500,000 copies in the UK in its first week on sale, making it the fastest selling